Petri dish, the 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 Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and this time it's friendship, guys. Yay! It's friendship. It's the power of friendship. Really what that means is I have a friend this time, guys. I have a friend. I'm not all alone on a late Monday night trying to cram all of the things that I put in my life into one night. So here we are. I know I was podcasting about this before, and I showed everyone audio of what the Lost episode was like. So hopefully this one isn't an affront to your ears like that one would have been.
Wait, did you play that one?
I just played like a portion of it to be like, here's why the episode isn't coming out.
I should go back and listen to that.
It's bad. It's so bad. It sounds like it was. I think the phrase is bit crushed, and so it's only playing on like 256 frequencies. Where I think right now the way I'm recording, it's like 4,000 something. So it got hella compressed.
Now
I understand.
I understand.
Today my guest is Lauren Sotelo, or Ollie Rose on the internet. Ollie Rose 88 if you're a TikTok person. Hey, TikToking it up. So is that all you're thinking? Lauren Stiletto on Instagram?
Yeah, but that's only because there was a Facebook group that I was in, and every time they saw my name, they thought my last name said Stiletto and not Sotelo. So I was like, oh, that's kind of trendy. Like, I'm going to change my last name on there.
Like if you were going to have your MySpace RAR name again?
Yeah, like that's what it... Because remember my MySpace name was Lauren McFizzles for a really long time. My dad wouldn't let me have my last name.
You know... If you're gonna make a name for yourself, why not have it something cool that vaguely rhymes with what your name is?
It just didn't.
Or McFizzles. Whatever that means.
Well, this was a time, like, when MySpace started, it was a time where you, like, couldn't... social media was just starting, so my dad was like, you can't let anybody know who you are on the internet. You have to be fake.
Yeah, I definitely had my real name for a while, and then before leaving MySpace, for some reason I changed my name to Reginald Finkelstein. So now I can't prove that it's me, other than all the pictures. And so I'm like, I don't even care. It's all corrupted anyway, so you can't get back into it.
I just wanted that one picture of fucking Alex from Mayday Parade. That's all I wanted.
You have so many memories lost to the digital ether, you know? Like, I know that somewhere in some dusty old database is my, like, 10-year-old me's Zanga website that I made. I don't know what I found to be blog-worthy when I was 10, but I can't imagine it being good at all. That is, all of this is just to say that me and Lauren are embarrassing at all times of our lives, including our past. We've known each other for a little over 10 years,
it's
like 12,
been like 13 years.
It's been like 13 years. That's true.
Yeah.
Because I was your father in the Crucible.
You were. I was Betty Paris.
Yeah. And I was that dick, Reverend Paris. Back when I was like bald, and I didn't wear glasses because I had to be historically accurate, so I was blind the entire time I was doing that.
It was not historically accurate because the intro to
we had a white slave?
Yes, we did. And the intro to the Crucible was
all like
the Halo
naked,
theme music.
Naked people dancing was supposed to be it.
It was really weird. It was not.
Yeah.
It was not it.
Yeah. We're not going to dive too much into it because honestly, what else can we say? But colorblind casting for things doesn't work if it's a period piece with slaves in it. You know, that was rough. That was real rough. But we made it through, and apparently there was they did Hairspray after I had left, and that was apparently casted correctly.
Sure.
Well, casted racially appropriate.
Yeah. Considering
the heavy emphasis on race relations back then.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Perfect. Sometimes things don't go exactly the way you want, especially in a high school production, so yeah. We can skip past that, but we're just gonna skip a few chapters everywhere all the time.
We can just lots of chapters to
yeah. that whole thing, all of that, whatever we talked about, that was your introduction.
Was just, yeah.
That's how you started to become you.
That was it.
As the performer that you are.
Yeah, that was it. The funny ended then.
Did it ever really start?
Yes, I was in a winning improv team.
Yes, you were.
I was the youngest person on a winning improv team.
Yeah, and then I went to Improvaganza, which was the competition that they had. I went to it the next year, and we lost real bad.
We lost very badly.
Real bad.
But, the common variable was me, so maybe it was my fault. I was obviously not the reason I won the first time.
Or maybe you were like the Tom Brady of the situation, where like if your team doesn't back you up, you can't pull your MVP moves,
This is also true. Yeah, this is very true.
I don't know. I think...
Who else was on the team?
I don't remember it all. I
don't remember who was on the team.
I couldn't.
Did someone coach it? I know that Adriana coached one year, but I don't know if that was the year that you were on it or if that was my third year on the team.
I have no recollection.
I just know I didn't do it my senior year. Like, senior year, I was like, I'm out.
I barely remember much from like performing.
Yeah,
I remember feeling the fun camaraderie of everything, but really, as far as like theater stuff goes in my brain,
it's gone. It wasn't really like a good time in our life.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time. It was just, it was comfortable filler. It made us feel like we were part of a thing, which is sometimes all you can really do.
Yeah.
And now we're creating our own communities. We are creators. We are.
I don't know if I would like really put myself up there.
Okay, but if we're talking sheer statistics, yes, I create things, but as far as visibility goes,
yeah,
more people see your things every day than have ever seen any of the things I've made in the past 10 years of my life as a comedian, musician, and podcaster all rolled into one. Like, if I take the metrics on everything, I maybe have 12,000 plays across everything over 10 years, and you get that in, like, one video.
I've got a couple million likes on some shit.
Yeah, so,
it shouldn't have happened. Like, I got on TikTok, and I wasn't actually going to post anything, and then I posted, like, an eyebrow tinting tutorial, and it just kind of went up from there.
Sweet.
It was not. I look back, I went to go watch it a couple months ago, and I was like, this is not it. Why were people following me?
Okay, but you also did the fun things where, like, do you feel like you're going to go crazy and you want to cut your hair into bangs? Instead of fully committing to that, buy fake bangs and dye those. Like, that's rolling in beauty tutorials and mental health all into one.
A lot of life hacks.
Yeah. Like, really, you could just... if we wanted to create a whole YouTube series off of just things you could do, like, here's how to maintain today.
Honestly, if I wasn't such a lazy fucking bitch, I would have the best shit on YouTube. I would have the best shit.
But that's real. Like, everyone's barrier is just themselves.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's just part of your brand is just making it.
The
like,
bare minimum.
Maintaining.
That's why I do TikTok, because it takes the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, I pull my phone out and I record it and then I post it. It's not like YouTube where I have to, like, take my phone and or camera out, set it up, film it, import it to my computer and export it to my external hard drive because there's not enough space on my computer, shift the shit around on my computer and then put it back to edit it and then upload it. Like, that's...
Damn.
It takes hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's the work part of creative stuff.
I'm not about it.
That's what's terrible. But it's the thing that, like, if you become good at it in some way, then you can leverage that skill with other creatives, which is essentially what I do.
Yeah.
Like, I had to teach myself how all of this audio stuff worked, how online distribution for music and stuff works. And then I also figured out how to do my own taxes as a sole proprietorship business. And so, like, I learned all these things so I could go to other people and say, look, here's how you don't get in the hole using your own stuff to create things. Here's how to, quote unquote, be DIY. But also, like, ask your friends for help. Like, it's still DIY as long as you're not asking, established things for help.
Yeah.
But if your buddy's a videographer and you have him shoot a video for you, sweet. You know, like, sure, maybe you paid him, but just because it's DIY doesn't mean it was free or cheap. It just means, like, you're choosing your team. You're in charge of it. It is your product through and through. You can collaborate, and things are cool, but, like, yeah, there's so many variables to, you know, like, DIY stuff that I think people need to, like, know more about all of the processes.
You should add it to your list of things.
Of things?
You can have a YouTube account.
God, I don't have the video. I don't have the video knowledge.
I don't.
Yeah,
my ass uses iMovie, and you've seen my shit. It's all corrupted.
I thought about having some YouTube stuff, and then Windows got rid of the video editor.
Yeah.
Now you just go into Photos and you can like trim and split, and then that's it.
There's that one, I don't remember what it's called, Premiere. Adobe Premiere apparently is really awesome. That's what I want to get.
Hell. Yeah, that's what's tough. It's especially now Adobe did that thing where
it's a subscription. Yeah, you don't just buy it. You have to pay monthly. Like, I pay monthly for fucking Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop, and I don't use it enough to be paying that subscription.
Yeah.
But I like having it.
Some of my favorite recording softwares and stuff are moving to that like cloud-based subscription service. And I'm like, okay, but I don't have $120 a month to toss at Pro Tools right now to make dumb songs and podcasts. You know, like...
You might have to start.
Honestly, I feel like I could, like, if I just use my software that I have better with more time and planning on the front end, I'll be able to pull it off a little better. But I mean, like, I think we did a decent job with GarageBand on a 4-hour night.
No, that was
like,
so good. That was so good. We need to get you a MacBook so that you can just continue to produce awesome content.
I mean, I can finagle things out of here real easy. It's just video that I can't do. So, like, as far as audio goes, my skills have finally caught up.
Especially since you were doing that stuff in high school, so like it's nice.
That's where it started.
It's nice to know you've definitely improved.
You were there when it started. Us making dumb rap songs is where it started.
Zach messaged me earlier. He was like, "Is this going to be the premiere of Party Rainbow Chip 3?" And I was like, "Absolutely not."
But of course, when we're all living in the Denver area,
are you going to move to Denver?
Honestly, I'm thinking about it.
Are you? No, I would love that.
Like 5-year plan stuff, it's in the list.
No, I'm fucking here for this shit.
Yeah,
if you guys could move to Denver.
I've got comedy friends and stuff up there. I know people that I could still work with.
There's shit in Denver.
I'd be closer to the Midwest areas that I already have connections in for comedy and music.
Yeah.
And like, also Denver is full of dope people already. You know?
It's not like Reno.
No, Reno, like, as far as comedy and stuff goes, I have now become the top of what Reno has for comedy. It was real easy. It only took 3 years, and I was being very lazy. And now I'm here.
Now you're going to get to go. You made it.
I made it. It feels so great. I can make tens upon $20s of dollars a month with the skills that I have garnered. I got to do comedy at the college, a college I didn't go to. I got at least one bill larger than a 10. You know, it was good.
Fuck yeah, man!
It worked.
Fuck yeah!
I got to put it in my little.
Now
app.
We'll just get you to Denver. You'll be at the bottom, but we'll get you up there.
You know, I'm used to the whole changing
the stair
ponds
climbing
thing.
is really good though, because you're like leveling up every time you go.
Yeah, because I mean, like, as far as where I came from, you know, like, you can't do anything in Alaska.
No, there's not
glad
shit.
I got out of there. South Dakota was the smallest pond I could have started
not
in.
Shit.
And then I came to Reno, where it's like,
it's bigger than South Dakota.
We're close to California. That's what I have going for it, entertainment wise. And so now, to the point where I'm like, I can go other places, especially with the skills I have.
But there's Denver.
And if I have a fun team of creatives behind me with fun skills.
There's also a bunch of like TikTokers in Denver too. Not that I like
TikTokers?
Create with any of them, but like they're in Denver. So
we'll just like low key just start
slowly
duetting with some of them.
And like
create
manipulating
the,
the Denver system.
We're coming for you, Denver.
I do more than complaining in bathrooms.
I wanted to make a song the other day about how I'm not pretty enough for TikTok. I can't do the dances.
I can't do the fucking dances.
I can't
I tried to learn a dance yesterday.
How'd it go?
There was one, Looney posted a dance, and I was like, that looks fucking easy. I can learn that. And it was not. I went to the account of the girl who created it, and she had a slow version, so I downloaded the slow version and slowed it down like double the slow, and I was like, I can't do this. This is not for me.
Did you at least keep the failures?
No. I didn't record it. I didn't record me doing it.
You were just practicing.
No, I couldn't even learn the fucking thing. I was like, what the shit? There's too many body movements.
Yeah. That's dancing.
No, I mean...
Dancing is multiple body movements.
I know, but it was like, there was a lot of body rolling, which my uncoordinated... I can't do that shit
You're like,
with arm movements. I can't fucking do it.
I've herniated too many discs to roll my spine around.
People talk shit on the 18-year-olds and the children doing all these TikTok dances, but I sure as fuck cannot do it.
Yeah.
Like, that takes fucking skill.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, kids? Watch out for creepy people dancing around or watching you dance around, but also, like, use all the muscles and flexibility you can while you have it, because it goes away real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah, threw out my back at 19 thinking I could lift things easily. And I was like, oh, that's what they mean by lift with your legs. I've learned the hard way for the rest of my life. That sucks. And then I still DJ'd a Enchantment Under the Sea dance in like Watertown, South Dakota. So that was cool.
Why do I remember that? Why do I remember this?
I probably injured myself and immediately just started telling everyone. I was just like, I am dying. And then I think I also like my car died when I was at that high school that I was at, and so one of the other DJs had to come and get me. So I was just sitting in the cold with a herniated disc, waiting.
Your like broken down cars though are like a thing for you, because that's really all that happened when we were growing up too.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think cumulatively in all of high school, with all the cars I bought, still it's under $5,000. All like 5 of them that I drove through. Yeah,
they were so bad.
Because like,
I remember you picking me up one morning for school. I mean, every morning for school, and it would be like -10 degrees outside, and the frost would be on the inside, and we would be scraping the windows while we're driving to get to school.
Well, that was twofold. One, because my heaters were okay.
They were broken.
And
lukewarm does not defrost anything.
But it was also so cold that our breath was freezing onto the still cold windshield. That's what was happening. So we had to scrape the inside after I had already scraped the outside, and it wouldn't work. Yeah, because I had that original Chevy Blazer, which we got for like $400 on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And then my dad got another one up the street for free that we were going to use for parts.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But then that car just totally shit the bed. I think one day when I was like trying to drive Anne Marie back to her house up that hill, the transmission was like, you're not going over 5 miles per hour. And I was like, that's a problem. And then after that, my dad was like, okay, we can get you a nice car. And that's when I got the big Ram Charger that I had for a while. And that was only about 8 months, actually. If I think about it, I didn't actually
had that for 8 months?
Yeah.
I feel like we had that forever, though.
I know. That felt like my car for like ever. But yeah, like I don't even think it lasted a year.
Wow.
Before I blew one of the rods in it and it shot through the oil pan.
And then we went to the station wagon.
And the station wagon was the next year, which was a $500 Craigslist purchase.
It
and
was
honestly,
so bad. It was a really good vehicle. Like, it was a good vehicle. It lasted. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, like I had... Sometimes if it was too cold, I had to hit the solenoid with a hammer so that the engine would turn. My entire seat was broken, so I shoved a plank of wood behind it so that I didn't fall all the way back into reclining while driving. And then after a while, one of the back doors just stopped working.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, and then...
And then there was that one time we broke down in front of school and that creepy pedophilic guy was like touching you or whatever to like push the vehicle off the road. I don't remember weird. The whole fucking story.
There was so much like good Samaritans in the world. Sometimes they have their own agenda though. He was just like, a can full of cold children. And I was like, okay, we're getting out of here. And I was trying to like jump the car, except I did it wrong and there were sparks everywhere.
On fire, yeah,
it was real bad. It was real bad.
I have all of that on camera.
Yeah, you do. I think the video's still, it's still up there.
It's hidden, but it's up there.
God, so yeah, that was, oh boy.
Oh, my alarm.
Good news, guys. The cookies are done. Or whatever.
It's the alarm to remind me to write my will just in case I die.
Oh, the one that goes off every day?
Every day at 7:30 p.m.
That's okay. Let's talk about that. After a while, that has to be bleak, but that's definitely an anxiety move.
No, it's 100% an anxiety move.
Yeah. where you're just like, I have to plan, but also I can't think about it.
That's what it's not even like that hard. It's from fivewishes.org, and if Carolyn's watching this, she's going to be like, I've been telling you to do this for months. But I just, like, all you do is, I think you buy, I don't actually know the process. You, like, buy the written out system.
And it'll, like, lead you through
and then you write it all down, and then you get it notarized, and it's, like, recognized in 45 states, and at least the ones that I'm relevant in. So that's really all that matters. But, like, I haven't done it.
I frequently put off tasks that would take like 30 minutes tops for months.
It's not like it's the thing where I'm like, if I write this will, it's going to jinx me and I'm going to die. It's like, this is going to take me at least an hour and I don't want to do it right now.
It's like, I'm probably not going to die, so I'm going to hedge my bets on this not having to occupy space in my brain right now.
Well, the problem is, like, Judy and my friends, I have written out statements in our group chat that she has screenshotted, and I know that it's not notarized and might not hold up in court, but there's a chance.
I mean, it could work.
That's what I feel.
In the absence of nothing else, it could work.
And there is that, and it's from my phone number. Like, that would make sense.
Yeah. But
so that's my fallback plan.
Legal cases are always tough. So I'd say get a will.
I know.
But, on your own time, whenever you get around to it.
At some point.
I know that feeling because I put off my taxes, and I'm real good at taxes. I put them off until like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And also, my girlfriend was doing the same thing, and I actually just helped her do her taxes this weekend. It's one of the reasons I went over to Sacramento.
Did you do yours?
I did mine already, and I already got my return. Yeah, I got good money. But then I also did hers, and she has, like, not been keeping up with it. And so I was like, I'll figure it out. So I did them.
That's so nice. I do our taxes. I plug it all into H&R Block.
Yeah. It's pretty easy now. Like, unless you have like crazy deductions and you're trying to dive into it.
No, I just throw my W-2s in and call it good.
There you go. I used to do that, and then I started.
You got smart.
I was trying to get that money that I knew somewhere that I should have been able to earn the money.
To, like, keep receipts and shit? I don't keep
technically
receipts.
Yes,
and I have like too much anxiety to get audited because I got family members who have been audited during this stuff. So I just I'm not about it.
That's why I use the Stride app. So yeah, I'm not sponsored by anything, but check out the Stride app for your tax purposes. It'll help you track mileage in your car if you need that. You can say how much income you made for a week, or just track things like that, and then you can just take pictures of receipts.
Honestly, this would probably be smart for Kaliko to have as well, just because, like, when he buys tools and then, like, when you use your vehicle to go to work and anything like that, or when you're moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Stride app is super good, and it's free, because I know there's, like, an Intuit QuickBooks one, but it's only free for, like, a year, and then they start charging you, which I didn't know, and I was just letting it go. And then they were just like, if you want your information for last year's taxes, you got to pay us. And I was like, oh, no, I got it figured out.
I'm not paying that. No, thank you.
So I just kind of, like,
that's another reason I stick to H&R Block, because they ask you for that AIN number or whatever it is, and I'm like, H&R Block's already got it. Like, I'm not going to try and figure this out. No, it's not for me.
God. Yeah, so that's fun parts of being a creative. But yeah, like, technically, if you wanted to, as a creator of online content, you could write off, like, this shit.
Can I write off, like, my MacBook?
Yep. If you use it for work purposes, yes, you can.
Can I?
All of this shit that I have,
my electronics.
I wrote it off. Yeah. If you're using it for your business, yes, you can. I was writing off portions of my house because I was using them as practice spaces for portions of the year. So parts of my house and the repairs of which that house had were deductible because I was using it as a business space and podcast space and things. So yeah, you can really, like, dive into it, especially if you're constantly posting up a loss as a business, which, like, we are, because it's like, okay, I get paid in, like, free cups sometimes. Every once in a while, someone will give me a $20 bill. And I just spent $400 on all this shit, so it's...
I just bought a GoPro. I should have written it off.
Yeah. Still can. Just find that. You don't even need the receipt. Sometimes if you just have
Best Buy has the receipt online. It's somewhere.
There you go.
Best Buy has all that shit. So I got put on the Best Buy card.
I didn't have all my receipts for 1 year, but I just used my what
bank
is it?
Statements.
Bank statements can work, and I also have an app that tracks my spending.
Oh.
And so I was just like, it was this day, this time, this much. There we go. I have proof that I bought it for this time. which is essentially, it's not an itemized receipt, but I only bought the one thing worth that much, so
like how many things can you fake to equal this exact amount?
Like, oh yeah, I'm this $399 thing, I happen to buy the perfect amount of other things to equal this exact amount on this day to fake out the government. Yeah. And so most of the time, like, as long as you're not doing anything crazy, like saying that, like, oh yeah, I spent $100,000 on my business this year, pay me back. Then they're not gonna like audit you about shit. But like, I don't know. I just have really good luck, so maybe that's why I get away with it.
Well, it takes like 4 years for them to catch up to you, so you never know.
Yeah, that's why they always say, like, have the 7 years of your tax stuff saved.
H&R Block. That's why I keep it on H&R Block.
I never save my stuff. I have never saved any of my things. If the IRS is listening, this is all for comedy. Don't look into it. But yeah, I don't save any of my stuff. Some of it gets burned up in the fire during Christmas.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Toss it all in there. God. Yeah. So daylight savings time exists, and I'm dying.
My kids fucking hate it.
Yeah.
They went to bed. Technically, if it would have been yesterday, the kids went to bed at 5:30. So I melatonined them up, and I don't feel shame for it because they got school tomorrow.
Yep.
So.
Good work.
It wasn't like an overdose of melatonin.
No,
like,
just to get them there. Get their schedule
like a little
readjusted.
Bit of like it's bedtime.
Yeah.
And you've taken a nice lavender bath and.
Speaking of, time for the mental health update. That's just usually I dive into mental health and or general health in this podcast, just because it's always a big part of me trying to self-improve, which started mostly last year. Things were devastating, but yeah, and so now I like to just freely and openly talk about things, and so now I'm actually doing fine. It's cool. I went to my psychiatrist last week. I have unreasonably high blood pressure right now.
Really?
But that's only because now I have the Adderall for the ADD, which is great for me focusing on my stuff and being at work. Yeah, and so like I have that, but I also have not tapered off my coffee intake.
Yeah.
And so now I have both of that, and I've been eating like shit. And so I went in, she's like, we gotta fix something. I was like, give me a month. I'll slow down the caffeine. And
how much caffeine are you drinking a day?
I was drinking at least 64 ounces of coffee a day, which is a half gallon, I think.
What?
Yeah, and because I had a big 32-ounce mug at work, and I would just fill that up once and be like, I'm good for the day, and then I'd drink it by noon and knew that I still had to work till 6 that night.
Man, I really thought I had a caffeine problem, but Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad, and so I got to start cutting it back.
Yeah, dude.
My blood pressure was like 150-something over 90-something, and I guess that's terrible.
I made a face, but I don't actually know what that means.
I've had my blood pressure taken so much. My family has a history of like high blood pressure, and I still have no idea what any of it means. I don't know.
Whenever I go to the doctor and they like check my blood pressure, they'll tell me what it is, and I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, huh?
So is it good or what?
Give me the signifier of what any of that means.
Am I supposed to be excited about this number?
Tell me to change my life. Just do it. Tell me now. I know I'm gonna have to. So I gotta make some health changes. Like 2 months ago is when my work started getting real heavy. But like before that, I was going to the gym like 3 to 5 times a week. I wasn't eating fast food. I was keeping it to like 2 to 4 cups of coffee, and then work got a little stressful. And so all that went out the window, all at once. So it's like I've had 2 months of fast food, high caffeine, and just no exercise.
Okay.
And so they
and then they threw an Adderall.
And they threw an Adderall in there, and now I'm a little out of sorts, guys. But I'm just glad that I haven't slipped too much, at least in the weight loss department, because it's been bad. I've gained like 15 pounds back.
It doesn't look like it.
It's which is like it feels good, because there's been times before where I've backslid and I'm like, I feel terrible, and I can like my clothes don't fit right, but like my clothes are a little tight right now, but I feel like it's still manageable and I can bring it back.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm like 80 pounds down from like 2 years ago. So like it's been a lot.
Yeah. No,
so
it's been like a journey.
The backsliding Yeah, I've been better at stopping it when it starts to happen because
I can always tell when I'm starting to gain weight because my underwear starts to get tighter. So I have like 3 levels of where I put my underwear. So like when I'm at the weight I want to be, they're horizontal. And as I start to get a little chubbier, they turn into the V underwear where you're like, this is kind of trendy right now. Like I can pull this off. And then I hit the 3rd level where like there's no like comfortable wear. Like this is
like there's not even elastic in this. Like I'm holding it up all by myself. Last year when I was at like my fittest altogether, it was like September, October. I was feeling really good, and then I specifically went out, bought exactly fitting underwear and undershirts, so that only I would know when I am really starting to lose it. And so like right now, those like 8 pairs of underwear in my rotation, I'm like,
we're pushing it.
They're real rough, you know. Like I can hear every once in a while. I'll like move and I'll hear like a little like thigh seam pop, and I'm like, oh God, do something about this. And I also made the dumb mistake of signing up for 3 10Ks this year.
Yeah, fuck that.
I did one last year, and I was like,
this is it. I'm a runner now.
Yeah, but now I'm like,
no,
it's like 6.2 miles or something, and I can do it. I can't run the whole time at all. Like obviously that would be
I did cross country running, and I couldn't even run a whole meet if I wanted to. There's
like,
no way.
An hour. I think I made it like an hour and 24 minutes when I did the Thanksgiving one. And so I'm like, I can beat it because it was snowing real bad on Thanksgiving.
The weather
so
was bad.
I can do it. I just got to get back in the gym at least once a week. Once a week, I'll be fine. Once, maybe twice. No, I gotta stick to at least 3, something. But yeah, so that's my update. How are you feeling? Everything feeling?
No, dude,
okay.
we're in that like 1 week where I'm like, yeah, this is fucking good, and I like try to cram everything into the 1 week.
Yeah.
But then it slowly just starts like.
Where you kind of know at this point, because I do the same thing, where you're like, I have to plan for the 2-week to 3-month downslope.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
It can be anything.
It all has to be in this week. So this week I have to make sure that I deep clean the whole apartment to pick up for the slack that is going to. It's just going to get bad again.
Yeah, I rearranged my entire living room today. Yeah, that's why. Like, I could have come over earlier for us to do this, but I was like, I've got to move the TV over here. I've got to bring a shelf out here for all of our shoes. I have to turn all the couches around and sweep everything that was underneath.
No, you got to get all that shit out.
Yeah, and I still managed to do another podcast on top of this today while also driving back from Sacramento this morning.
That's really good. I haven't done shit.
I've been, I cram a lot of things into a day for my weekends.
My cramming has started to, like, get kind of lax, though. Like, I'm getting to a point where I'm like...
Even your up days are still, like, not quite. That's tough.
Like, we're fine, but, like, I'm not going to be doing all these... Like, I should have gone grocery shopping today, and I didn't, and I ordered it, and they were out of my strawberries and shit, so,
It can also be tough when you've got, like, because, I mean, you've on the horizon, you've got your move date, you know, and so... sometimes, like, I know that happened for me in South Dakota. All I did was maintain for like 4 months.
That's like what it is. Like, I know that in 3-4 months I'm going to be moving states. So, like, how much do I really want to fucking deep clean this place?
And it's like anything that breaks around you, you're just like, whatever, I'll replace it when I get to my final destination.
No, that's the thing. And I don't clean my apartments when we move. I don't fucking... You can find me. I'll pay the fee before I fucking clean the apartment. So, like, I'm at a point now where I'm like, it's already kind of fucked in here anyway, so whatever. And
it's I kind of do the same thing where it's like, okay, at this point, like, the bathroom is going to be as clean as it was when I got here.
I'll clean the bathroom. I would never like leave the bathrooms because that to me is fucking gross.
That's
but
bad.
Like, you're not gonna catch me washing the baseboards. I ain't cleaning the walls. Like, I'm not fucking cleaning the blinds because they're gonna have to replace them anyway because half of them are broken. Like,
for me, I make it as clean as it was when I lived there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if that's not good for someone else, they can have their own standards of clean.
Absolutely.
I don't give a shit.
There are 2 kids in here. There's no way it's gonna get back to how it was when the senile woman who lived in here before me lived. There was this like old lady who barely moved that lived in here before us. Yeah. And she was the first person, and it smelled like baby powder, and it was very clean. It is not going to be like that.
Yeah, I had, in the last apartment I lived in before I got my house, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna lose your deposit because you didn't clean the baseboards and you didn't get in the oven." I was like, I set the oven to clean mode. And I'm not going to get on the floor and scrub for you.
No.
And they're like, okay, well, we'll just take partial deposit. I was like, that's fine.
Let's do whatever.
Give me some of my money back because I definitely vacuumed. was like, I vacuumed and I didn't put holes in the wall.
We didn't like have to put a deposit down here. I think
That's
they
good.
like there was like a $250 non-refundable cleaning fee that we have to pay.
Yeah,
so
and
I'm
it's like,
assuming
whatever.
that goes towards the cleaning.
Yeah, and I mean, especially $250, like...
If I have to pay more, like I
there's
don't really
no way
care.
you did that amount of damage in here.
Absolutely not.
Unless there's giant holes in the drywall
They
in a
don't
room.
even care about the holes though. Like you patch that shit up with toothpaste and they paint over it.
Yeah.
Like they don't care.
Yeah.
I fucking hate living in apartments. I don't give two shits about living in apartments, and I don't feel bad about it.
And that's why, you know, especially apartments make so much money.
They make so much money.
And so
I live in an 1,000 square foot apartment, and it's like $1,700 a month. This is $1,700. Like, I'm not fucking cleaning this thing. You fucking clean it. You make enough money.
It's like, this is my litter box. You clean it,
Absolutely.
landlord. Get over here. You're the one raking in the cash. Come get it. God. But yeah, that's... I don't know if I could go back to living in a place that I am not in charge of.
No, it's garbage. It sucks.
And so, like, I don't plan on that for my life ever again, which is why I'm also, like, I have plans to move in the future eventually, but right now, like, stuck in my mortgage till 2021, and then after that, I want to know that I can buy or at least put a down payment on some place.
Especially if you go to fucking Denver.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be in an apartment there unless you buy something.
I might buy something on, like, one of the outer boroughs because...
That would actually be smart.
I don't know if I want to live in Denver proper anyway.
No, we're like on the outskirts. We're gonna be on the outside somewhere.
Yeah, and that's where the real people are anyway. I honestly, whenever I drive through a city and I see like giant apartment buildings and things really busy, it always amazes me that is some people's life.
Like they like that.
Yeah.
Some people really like that. I can't do it.
Where it's like, okay, they live in this apartment, they go to this specific corner bodega, they eat at these restaurants around here, and then they have friends also in this area, and that's just their life.
I can't do that.
I can't. I think that
but
might
I
part
also
of that.
don't like being out in the middle of nowhere. I need to be on the outskirts.
I need to be near a city. Like, I need to be within an hour drive of a city.
I need at least 30 minutes.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, honestly, an hour is too far, especially because, like, I used to live an hour drive away from not even a big city, and it was still rough. 30 minutes, perfect.
Yeah.
I think so.
That doesn't seem like a long time to me. I know some people are like, I'm not driving 30 minutes, but 30 minutes really is not that long.
Yeah, and especially if there's, like, traffic and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, well, then my already kind of long commute got 10, 15 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was totally planning on having plans so close to my commute. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what gets me when people are, like, thrown off that much by traffic. Like, I get it if you're running late, because people frequently run late, but I always show up early to places because I'm just afraid of being late anywhere.
I don't like fucking traffic. When I lived in Orlando, that was the worst fucking traffic.
I always plan for traffic.
It would take, you would like plan for it. You would have to go like 3 miles one way, and it would still take you like 45 minutes to an hour just to go 3-4 fucking miles. Like, fuck Orlando.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
It was awful.
That's why I don't know if I could do a giant city, or if I did move to a giant city, I would end up...
You would never really be able to go everywhere.
I'd be one of those pod people. I'd be like, okay, this is the one block that I live my life in. And
you would just fucking stay there. There was one side of Orlando that was so fucking pretty, and I don't remember what it was called. But the Waterford side that I was on, like, it took so long to get to the nice side of Orlando. I just, like, I never got to go. I was not fucking going there. There was no way in shit. It took too long.
God.
And the highway was always being worked on.
I hate when highways are always under construction.
Toll roads.
Fuck toll roads.
Fuck toll roads. That was another reason it took so long, because like you have to have the thing in the window.
Scanning pass. Yeah.
Fuck toll roads.
I hated driving to Chicago specifically for that reason. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going to buy an easy pass and have them mail it to me. But also, I don't have $12 in loose change. No. And they had certain ones that were just machine operated. And they're like, we don't give a change. I'm like, why? You're full of change.
You should be able to give change. I don't plan for that. It's not. Yeah. It's like an East Coast thing, and I don't want it over here.
Not my favorite.
No.
Especially because there's so many large open spaces out in this area, so you can't really, because people can just go one grid line over and up. Like and then
you're done.
Unless you toll road everything, and then the upkeep for that would be insane. But we're not civil engineers. We don't need to dive into. We don't need to dive into this. We can skip that. We should talk about what we do know about, which is kind of creating. So let's at least go a little bit into, I guess if you're going to call yourself a creator of anything, it would just be videos in general.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you are a video-based person.
Yeah.
So that's something that
I don't come across on any other media. Like, you know how some people get on Twitter and they're fucking hilarious?
Yeah.
That's not me. Like, I don't come across on Twitter the same way that I would, like, on a video.
you gotta be a video person.
Yeah.
I get that. Because there's a lot to say about a person's personality face to face. Like, I have to meet people face to face, or at least hear them and know what they look like.
Right.
Because I can't really form an opinion of a person based on text alone.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what it is.
No.
And all of the content creators I enjoy, it's a lot more personality based.
Yeah.
Like, I get that people like comedians for, like, joke writing and specifically the way they do things, but to me, I like to know a person is nice or has, I don't know, some sort of morals or similar values to me before I jump on their train.
The video.
Yeah, and so I don't know. When people are always just like, you're just a creator, you can't have opinions. I'm like, why? What? If you don't like who they are, why do you like their content? And there's people out there that
like
enjoy
half of the shit that I post.
Yeah, like
most of the shit that I post.
That's what gets me. I'm like, how do you just enjoy this one specific
piece
video?
Of that person.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't understand, because there'll be people who, like, put out really good content, but, like, they're shitty fucking people. And, like, once you know that they're fucking shitty, like, I can't look at the stuff they're making anymore and be like, wow, you're making that with a kind heart. Like, you're a cunt.
That's why Disney and Nickelodeon TV shows always bothered me.
Yeah.
Because I could tell they were being made by pedophiles, but I had no proof.
The feet.
Yep.
The feet.
The amount of feet.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What's the dude's name?
I don't know, but it's all over TikTok.
Yeah, there's a dude that used to do Nickelodeon stuff.
And when I started looking back on it and all the TV shows, there was always foot jokes and always kids, like, snuggling feet. And I was like, this makes a lot of sense. I thought it was funny and, like,
random.
Yeah, I thought that, yes.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Nope. Weird old pedophile fetish. Yeah, so that's always fun. And I'm so glad I never got into any of those things.
No.
Because really, I was just more of a cartoons person anyway. Which, honestly, we can't say too many positive things about cartoons. Because if you think about it, like Ren and Stimpy, that guy was also not so good with the children.
Yeah.
And so it's real rough. But also, I come from the land of people in pop punk. So also, I can't even talk on that either. No. And so it's amazing to me how much has been destroyed for me by people that are not honest creators, which is probably why I seek out such severe emotional honesty in at least everything I do and the things that I enjoy.
That's like why I try to be super fucking transparent, so you can't, like, watch my shit and then all of a sudden, like, you turn around and, like, I've said something that you had no idea that I would ever think. Like, all of my shit's on the table.
And that's what I like. Like, when you're doing your videos, you state your opinion clearly, and you're just like, the end. That's it. Like, I'm not here for an argument. If you don't enjoy my things anymore, that's on you. Stop watching.
Somebody fucking was, like, harassing one of my followers, a bunch of my followers, in the comments on one of my videos, on one of the political posts, obviously. But, like, there's not enough characters in the TikTok comments to have these fucking discussions.
Yeah.
There's really not. So, obviously, if I'm posting something that's going to lead to, like, controversial discussions, I know it's going to happen. But, like, there comes a point where if you're going through and, like, harassing every fucking person that's following me with your dumbass fucking nasty bullshit, like, I'm gonna block you. And one of them fucking messaged me on Instagram and was like, I'm appalled that you've blocked me. I can't believe you blocked me for someone who's supposed to be tolerant. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be tolerant of somebody who's being intolerant. Like, what do you want me to do?
And even not just intolerance, like, nobody wants to be harassed by random people on the internet. And what are you doing but just throwing out, you're just yelling at random people.
That's what it is. And we're like 4 years in. It was political, so I'm not gonna talk politics, but like if you're 4 years into something, everybody is already fucking dead set on their ways and they have their opinions. Like having this discussion, it's not a fucking discussion, it's just people yelling at each other and no one's gonna listen. So like I don't care for you to leave your comments in my shit because I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna change my mind.
Yeah, and also there's a difference between you as a creator stating your opinion and being like, that's what I think.
Yes.
I'm not here for what you think.
Yes.
This is just the line in the sand I'm drawing. If you want to stop here, good, go.
That's really why I do it.
But for some people, they don't understand how creators can be separate from the followers. They just think it's all one big group.
Like
because,
a show for everybody else.
Because we like to believe that it is a community that you build with your fans, and it is to an extent, but it's a community based on who you are, and if people don't want to be part of that community, that's fine. Go find someone else.
There's so many fucking creators. Like you can find somebody that you can relate to on all levels.
Yeah, like there's weird high school kids talking about like beating up other kids that don't stand for the flag. That's fine. Go hang out with those kids. Like so it's just like you can find your people. That internet is small enough, or the internet is large enough with enough small communities. Go find your people. Don't go yelling at other people for finding what they like. It's dumb to me.
Thank you.
But that's the rub, is those people's enjoyment is trying to ruin other people's lives because they don't want other people to have good lives.
I'm just not fucking here for it. I know that I say shit that pisses people off, and I know that, and I don't do it on purpose. I believe things that piss people off, and like that's just really all it is to it. And you don't have to be here. You can fucking go. Yeah. You can fucking go. You can unfollow me. And they don't unfollow me. They will keep following me, and they'll just keep fucking following me around to harass me on all social aspects.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Which is funny, from like the same people that will tell other people to go back to their own country.
Yes.
Or leave America if you don't like it. Like, how come you can't learn that for your own self? Like, if you don't like someone's personal content, don't do it.
It's privilege.
And it's so crazy to me that they think that it's so easy to pick up and move your entire life to a different country.
My thing as well is, like, creators don't... this is probably going to offend somebody, because I love everybody that follows me, but, like, we don't owe anything to our followers. Like, you're choosing... If you're following somebody, you chose to follow them. Like, I didn't make all of these people follow me. They've chosen to follow me for various fucking reasons. So, like, I don't owe them my undivided attention in my fucking life. I don't.
Yeah.
It's really all there is.
That's how it goes. And that's the tough part about creating in this modern digital era, is there is an ease of contact that there was back in the day, when you used to have to call somebody's agent to schedule a meeting to meet up with them, if you even knew them or if they wanted to care about you. Now someone can just message you, and unless you block them, that message exists. And you can see it whenever you want. And so, like, people have this innate fear that if they aren't in contact with the things that they enjoy, they aren't a part of it. And I understand that, because as a person who ravenously absorbs media he very much enjoys, I also know that if a creator is doing something that I don't enjoy anymore, I can either say, I don't need to have this anymore, or I accept the transition that they've made into what they're doing now, and accept the new era that they're starting. Like, my favorite example is the band Blink-182, which I have loved my entire life. And their modern existence
is a little upsetting.
While can cause some pain in my heart because of what they have chosen to be, I understand what they're doing, and I still respect those artists and want to follow them as people. And so I want to see not only what they create, but why, like if they have any reasoning out there for it. Because now at this point, I don't love the content as much as I want to know what the process behind.
What the shit are they doing?
Yeah, like, okay, you're the biggest band of a generation of people. And now you are doing something that is so the opposite of everything you used to have.
And they, like, left and came back to this.
Yeah.
They just
so this
were
is
like,
what they settled on
Yeah.
after not existing for a while.
No, they had to have talked about that for a really long time to be like, this is what we're going to fucking do now.
And so it's weird to me, but I still love them.
Yeah.
And I still follow them, and I'm not up on all their videos like, bring back Tom DeLonge because he left.
That's the thing as well. Like, we don't... People can complain in the comments all they want to, but nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
no one's coming to
fucking
Brazil.
care.
No one's going to go to Brazil. Ever.
Like, we don't
We're
care.
deleting it from the map.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I know Brazilian people. They also don't like Brazil. That's why they left. Oh boy. Yeah, that's You're welcome, TikTok. You're welcome. I do this for you. But yeah, so I guess that was a good creators talk. I think that's yeah.
That's rude to spit.
Yeah, guys. Always swallow.
Did that go in your...
No. And I think you got it off camera too, so people can't turn it into a thing. This is good. Okay, well now I think we can try to transition into the time where we address your specific group of people, your TikTok followers.
Who's even watching?
I don't know. I just keep seeing joined over and over
people
again.
watching,
There's like
but
a
I
bunch of
can't
people
see
going
these
on.
people.
Yeah, so we're
There's
gonna.
all been Me Too people.
So anyone who's listening to the audio medium in the future, please bear with us. We
There
are
you
working
go.
with
How
another.
long have we been on here?
This has been going for about 50 minutes.
Oh, that's not that long.
Yeah, so now we can go through some questions and or
We can talk to you
comments.
guys
We
now.
can talk to TikTok
Yeah,
now.
so if you're gonna text, do it now.
Yeah, so this is Lauren's medium, friendly listeners of the audio.
I don't even know who's on here. Usually
Yeah.
people get on here and they automatically
And you can
start
see
like
it.
I can start answering questions automatically, but like I have them in watching obviously.
Hello, people that are saying hello. Thank you for following.
The last time I went, how many kids do you have? I have 2.
Come on, that was a softball.
What kind of question is that?
Like they haven't
You
seen
have
any
to
of
know.
your videos.
You've never watched my
They
videos
haven't
if you
watched-
don't know how
or
many
they've-
children
They've
I have.
only seen you be angry in the mirror. That's all they've seen, and they haven't been specifically about any of your children.
I can't post videos about my children because they get
That's
fucking
true.
removed. They always get removed, even when they're appropriate videos. There's
Yeah.
water all over my floor.
Yeah, you did that. That's all
did.
your fault. Oh, how are you? That's a good question.
I mean, I'm good.
Guys, try harder. I guess this is
The
the
last
tough
live,
part.
because you were watching
I was
live.
watching it,
Did you watch
yeah.
the whole thing?
Not the whole thing.
Did you watch the whole like Grey's Anatomy hour?
Nope.
There was a whole hour where they were spitting back. There was like giant conversations between me and everybody, and we were just talking about Grey's Anatomy, and it was great. And everybody who was watching was getting in on it. And this is not that.
I agree that it was stupid AF that the videos got removed and or blocked. And that's another thing that I was reading up about TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I already accepted that my data is bought and sold and that I am just a pawn in the game of social existence.
Right.
So I don't really care that they're kind of tracking me and using all my data, but that is upsetting a little bit. That what we used to fear was like, ooh, what if they hack into the accounts and send them to
Right.
China? TikTok is owned by
TikTok
a
is
Chinese
doing
company.
that already.
And so like TikTok, if all of you don't know, TikTok is owning and selling all your data.
All of it.
All of it, even like your locations and
Every
the things you
piece of
like.
it.
And that's
Really?
fine. You know, like
All the
especially
cookies.
if you go to your For You page, because now my For You page is just like it's usually just like happy lesbians.
My For You page is
Yeah.
straight LGBTQ
Yeah,
plus
like
community.
I don't have anything.
There's no straight shit going
Every
on
once
my
in a
For You
while, there's gonna be
page.
a cosplayer.
Yeah,
but
I'm chill with those, but I don't get the
I don't. Yeah, I don't-
I've said it, so now I'm gonna get
Yeah.
it. I don't get the like e-boys or the creepy men dancing. I don't get any
No,
of that
I don't
shit.
get any of that either,
It's
so,
all
like-
the lesbian TikTokers, which is chill. Like
yeah,
I'm here for that.
I'd
but
much rather have that than
Yeah.
really much of the other stuff that
no,
exists.
absolutely.
I don't really follow the trends either.
What's the podcast about?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's about me, your host. host,
Yeah.
Bobby Benedict,
Bobby-
and just things.
Bobby has a podcast, and I can't leave my house because I procreated twice. So the kids went to sleep, and Bobby brought all of his shit over, and I'm just a guest on his podcast.
Yeah, so we've just been talking about creating and stuff.
And things.
So yeah, and for any of you listening, the podcast is called The Petri Dish.
Yeah.
And you can find it on all streaming platforms. There's only half my face in the frame, but I kind of like how it's framed, so I'm kind of keeping it that exact
half
split.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because,
it's kinda nice.
Because really the hair on the
Thank
left
you
side
for
of my
the
head,
TikToks.
it is bad. Because I got my hair cut too short, so it just keeps it just keeps coming out.
That's so many TikToks. You don't have to send me things, but thank you.
You guys, oh yeah, load it up. Good job,
Did
friends.
you said my For You page is all about Post Malone?
Malone,
So
yeah.
is mine. All Post Malone and lesbians.
Honestly, I think my phone has heard me talking shit about Post Malone.
I love Post Malone.
I'm not on board with the dude.
Why?
I don't know. He just doesn't do it for me.
Are you shitting me?
I mean, I like that he did a song with Ozzy Osbourne.
No, dude. His first 2 albums are my literal, like, I will fucking sit and cry. Those are my cry albums. I will happily sit and cry to Post Malone.
I could see it.
I love it.
I don't know. To me, he's just modern day Vanilla Ice. I don't know.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Have you listened to his shit?
Yeah.
You must have only listened to like the radio shit. Have you listened to like the actual album songs?
I feel like the deep cut stuff isn't going to get me anymore.
No, it's so good. It's so good. He has
That's
a
the
really
same thing
good
that happened
like.
with like Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber.
I don't
I'm
like Ed Sheeran and Justin. They're not. This is you can't fucking compare Post Malone to Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran.
It's all vaguely hip hop based pop music.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They are all in the same genres.
Absolutely not.
It is all just quote unquote top 40. Like it's all like the same 3 producers passing around
I know.
different artists.
No,
I can't
love,
do it.
Post Malone has like a folksy fucking singing voice, and he. When we get off of this, I'm gonna show you some shit. And he used to, before he got, I don't know if he still does it, but he used to like go to fucking bars and cover music songs and just, and he was, they're so good. They're so good, Bobby, and I'm so upset that you have not gotten into any of this.
Nah, it sounds like a trick.
See, they're completely different. Thank you. Post Malone is a goat.
Of course everyone on TikTok is going to love Post Malone.
Absolutely.
This is a popular thing.
Absolutely.
Post Malone is the Bud Light seltzer of entertainment. It shouldn't be around for that long, and sure, it's trendy and okay.
No, absolutely not.
But also, there was better things that
Absolutely
came
not.
before him to pave the way.
Like what?
Bud Light, White Claw. We didn't need to mix the two together. Like, I love that he's advertising that because it is literally the exact.
What do you mean you don't like Post?
Thank you.
No offense, but like, fuck you guys.
White Claw. There we go. I want the real White Claw, not Post Malone.
No, I love Post Malone. I love him.
Oh boy.
I'm so not up to date with pop culture that really the only person I know is Post Malone. Maybe
That
that's
makes
why
sense.
I've like hooked my fingers in. Because when I became a mom and I stopped like paying attention to anything that was relevant, Post Malone was like the last relevance.
Yeah, I mean, like, I tried to, like, ingratiate myself to trap artists and newer
I don't like it.
EDM stuff.
I don't
just
like
because, like, it's a thing that people do and, like, dancing around for things. But
No, I don't like it.
I can't, especially because all those dudes are dying.
They're all dying.
Which is, it's tough, but...
Until you've seen him perform, you don't know how amazing he truly is, Bobby.
You can say that about a lot of performers. But also, I don't really want to give one of the richest celebrities right now more money just to prove that I don't really want to be there anyway.
I love him.
Like
I love him.
it's just not my cup of tea. It's
Concerts
like this
aren't my
same
cup
with
of tea.
Lady Gaga. Like I don't care about her.
I don't like the stuff she just launched. She like just came out with a single.
I've
There's nothing wrong with it. Like
Yeah.
it's a banger, but like I'm not gonna listen to it casually.
I've never gotten into any radio playable
No.
like top hit music because I know that exists for all of humanity and I don't.
I don't want it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I spend a
know-
lot of time like listening to Dirty Heads and like Soja and shit.
Yeah. Like as a person
Yeah.
that doesn't make things that are popular,
Yeah.
I want to exist in the margins that people don't get to enjoy everything.
Yeah, I get that.
Which is also why, like I do like pop music, But I also enjoy like fun indie, like dream pop people. One of my favorites, Tessa Violet. Guys, check her out. Tessa Violet's super cool, and she dropped an album. It's super good.
Yeah, the new bass line on the Lady Gaga song does have the same bass line. You're 100%. Billie Eilish is cool.
I haven't gotten into her. Like, I've heard some of the songs, and I get it.
She's good. You get it.
I get it, but
yeah.
I mean, to me, she's no different than 21 Pilots. She's just younger female 21 Pilots. Like, I get it, but also, she might as well be Lorde. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's...
I never got into Lorde.
It's all the same thing.
I like her better than Lorde. Like, Billie Eilish is above Lorde.
We're just repeating patterns and, like, making small tweaks to finally, like...
Yeah.
And so, like, I get it, but each generation loves to be pandered to. We all love to be pandered to.
This is very
and
true.
So it's,
maybe that's why I don't really care too much about, like, new artists. Because everybody's younger than me now.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
It'll happen.
And I'm only 26, but they're not.
Yeah, I was hosting my open mic the other week, and a kid said that he was 16, and we were all like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was born in 2003," and then everyone went, "Oh."
His podcast name, what's it called again?
The Petri Dish.
The Petri Dish.
You can find it on, I don't know, and any Spotify exists. You can find it on there, and pretty much anywhere.
I listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's because I have Spotify Premium.
Sorry about all the terribly problematic jokes I've made in my past. It happens. They're not that bad. It's just really sometimes you just get in a rut and say stuff. like bad stuff about Post Malone.
I love Post Malone.
I also have, I don't know if I've publicly said on the podcast or in other things, but I'm not the biggest Lizzo fan either.
Oh, don't fucking say that
I know.
on here.
Like, that's going to get bad marks. And, like, I mean, I enjoyed her songs for, like, a solid 2 or 3 months. And then I started digging a little more, and I was like, nah.
I just don't like poppy music. That's my problem. Like, her shit's a bop, but, like...
Yeah, but it's, like, happy.
I'm not, like, happy enough to listen to happy music, so I don't like it. It's not for me.
I like... happy music with a heavy dose of pessimism, you know?
Yeah, Lizzo does
too much. I agree with that. Like, if I'm going to go again, not to put people in a box, but if I'm going to go for strong black artists, I'm going to go for people like Tierra Whack, who are still, like, on the come up, but making super dope stuff. Check out Tierra Whack if you don't know. But, like, there's
also a shit ton of like, people on TikTok, too, like, upcoming artists on TikTok.
Or one of my favorites, who both represents the Asian community, hell yeah, and the LGBT community, Aquafina. And she's fucking killing it right now.
Really?
Yeah, she's got like a Comedy Central show too. She's been in all those fucking movies. Aquafina is killing it.
I am so not up to date with anything pop culture. Like, I don't know who anybody is anymore.
It happens. You know, soon enough you'll just have to find it from your own kids.
What is this podcast called, and where can I listen?
Guys.
New people keep showing up. It's called the Petri Dish Podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. Is it on iTunes?
It's on everywhere.
It's on everywhere. And his name, if you go to my Instagram account, in my Instagram stories, it'll link you to his page, and that should link them to share, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can always find it through that way.
Cool. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys.
We're linking shit.
We're gonna make stuff. More questions, more opinions. Make me say more opinions. No worries. It's all fine if it's your first time watching live. I watched Lauren for the first time live the other day.
Was that the first time?
That was the first time I saw you do things live.
I was so energetic.
You were going with it.
I was fucking going.
You were just going about your day, doing stuff. It was good.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was fun. It was 3 hours too long, but it was definitely fun.
You went for 3 hours?
I was on live for 3 hours the last time.
I checked in and I was telling you to just eat your cake and do you. And then I was just like cooking while I had it on in the background.
Cake, dude.
Come on.
I didn't eat it. I like after the 3 hours, I finally ate it, and it was like cold and crumbly and not really that good. And then I just sat on the couch, kind of like mad at myself that I'd been on until 11:30 at night.
I get that. I frequently make mug brownies whenever I feel like I'm like, I want something a little sweet, but I want something that I can make easily. And then I make it, and I'm like, it's not good.
This isn't it.
It's not sweet enough. It's not chocolatey enough. No. It's just browned bread that I made in the microwave.
What's your opinion on the restriction of women's rights? Okay, if you guys ask me political questions, like, you can see all that shit in my videos.
But
I'm
also,
not doing it.
Also, it's bad. I mean, people should just have equal rights. I feel like that's an easy.
There's
that's
no
it's a
opinion.
softball.
Like, if you don't think people shouldn't be oppressed, then you shouldn't be watching this.
Oh yeah, favorite TikTok creators. I mean,
who are your favorite TikTok creators?
That's tough. I follow weird people and also just people you've told me to follow.
Yeah. I am going to be very honest. I don't have a very good brain. So I can't give you usernames.
Let me see. I feel like one of the most popular is what is her name? Morgan makes drinks or something.
The girl that makes
barista
coffee.
Girl. She's super dope. I like watching
Looney.
her.
Looney's chill as shit.
Yeah. Follow her
cool.
now.
Pegmaster's funny as fuck.
I really like the traveling ticks. She got kicked off for a while for showing her not taxidermy. She was like making like bone bleaching and showing the process. She got taken off because they were like, it's animal abuse. She's like, I found dead animals and I'm making art out of them. It's not. Yeah. But like watching like all of her various stuff keep going is good.
Carolyn Denton,
of course, yeah,
100%. But I also text her like we're buds.
Yeah, I feel like that can't count. It counts. She's a great creator.
There are multiple creators that I will like message on the side, and I'm like, no one knows I'm talking to these people.
The fact that she got vector robots now too.
She has like 7.
The amount of creation that she has put out specifically just with those robots has been making me laugh.
No,
a lot.
I love every bit of it. I really want to get one. I got the boys a robot dinosaur, and they fucking love it. And I'm like, if I just got you a vector robot, like you would love that shit.
Let's see. Kelly Kirstein. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's a cosplayer. Super funny and does a lot of stuff with other cosplayers.
I fucking love cosplayers.
Ooh, one of my friends, Grace or something.
Yeah.
My friend Grace Hayes. She's also in the Reno area. She blew up because she was making songs off of Yelp reviews, and all of her stuff is pretty much like song based, and it's really good.
She commented on I think one of Carolyn's videos, and I almost commented back to be like, "Hey, we both know Bobby," but I pushed out. I was like, I can't do it.
Oh, Ollie Rose 88 dancing. That's pretty fun. Yeah,
that's way fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good old Infernum Asylum.
Yeah.
You just told me to follow him.
He's
that's
funny.
pretty much it. Oh yeah, Bloodflower. I like watching her take down all of the anti-vaxxers.
I do too. No, she is fucking funny.
Yeah.
She is so. She's not funny, but like, she's funny.
Yeah, she's dry about it, and it's not supposed to be humorous, but it's funny how matter-of-fact she is.
Yeah.
Because she knows she's right, because it is literally her field.
It's her fucking
and she's
job.
goth, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, to me, I love it because it requires time and commitment
Yeah.
to be that amount of dark.
Right. Yeah.
I wish I had that amount of commitment in anything I did. I have seen You. Only the first season. I haven't seen the second season.
I watched them both.
I've had it spoiled for me already, though. So
it was okay.
I can feel like I knew where I was going. So
I'm stoked
You
for
was
the
cool.
third season. Hold on, I can't read. My eyes are bad.
Yeah, I can't see.
What's your favorite movie and show? What's your favorite movie?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to list the top 3, and they're all musical. There's one called The History of Future Folk, which started off as this weird comedy duo where they pretend to be aliens that traveled to the Earth to destroy it, but then they found out humans created music. Yeah, and so then.
Oh fuck yeah! Is it on like the same like shitty bass line as Repo? Or is it like better?
It's a little more like dorkily honest about what it's trying to do, and it's got like a weird storyline to it, but it is really funny. Repo is also in there.
Repo the Genetic Opera is on my top 3 too.
And then Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I don't know what that is.
It's an amazing musical. Very unsafe for children, but I found it at too young of an age, so at this point, like, it's just there. Yeah, but Hedwig and the Angry Inch is amazing, so I suggest that, especially to anyone in the LGBTQ community who might feel like they don't understand, how to understand themselves. It's a good one for feeling things like that.
What do you think about anti-vaccine? Just vaccinate your fucking kids.
Do it. Vaccinate your kids.
Watch any of my videos. I literally wear shirts that say "Vaccinate your kids." Oh my God, hold on. We just got like an influx of fucking comments.
Yeah, I saw that we can save 15% on car insurance. That's pretty cool.
I've literally met another person who likes Repo. No, dude, Bobby and I used to watch Repo the Genetic Opera in high school all the time.
And it was your DVD. I didn't have my own, so we would just trade it back and forth. And then, don't illegally download things. Support artists, but also then I just ripped it onto my computer and watched it over and over again myself.
We were so obsessed with Repo that we watched all of the behind the scenes and like the two commentaries. Yeah, so we know like all of the side stories to Repo. You ask me anything and I know all of it.
Yep. And also, I can still sing like all of the songs. Like, they're all still in my head.
No, I know all the lyrics. I will never forget anything on Repo. Have you seen I'm Not Okay with This on Netflix?
I haven't seen it yet. My girlfriend told me to watch it. And it was like on my, like, when it shows up on the page and it's like, watch this. It showed up and I was like, skip. I'm trying to get to Kipo and the...
I haven't watched it. I don't even know what it is. Vampire Diaries is my shit. I love Vampire Diaries.
I didn't like Across the Universe.
I haven't seen it. What is that?
That was back in high school. That was that Beatles movie that came out where it was like all Beatles covers, but it was like a weird,
Yeah, I remember.
Everyone was super into that, but I don't care about the Beatles, and John Lennon was a huge douchebag. And I also don't care about cover songs, kind of. That's what bothers me about some of the biopics that they're doing now. I respect the ones that they made, like Walk the Line or Ray, where the person playing the actor is singing them, but now they're cheating. Like the one that they did with Freddie Mercury.
No, don't even. I love that movie.
He didn't sing any of the parts.
Yes, he did.
He didn't sing it.
Yes, he did.
That was all...
No, it was not. They, like, pushed them together.
Mm-mm.
Yes, they did.
He didn't sing it.
Yes, he did. I can't Google it because I know I might Google it right now.
But you know who did sing their own parts is Taron Egerton when he was playing Elton John in the Elton John one. I don't have my computer connected to your internet.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out another day. No, that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, was so good. Shut your mouth.
I will say Bohemian Rhapsody as a movie without any music in it or as just having Queen songs in the background, great story.
I love that movie.
But like...
Wash your mouth out with soap.
Favorite local band that deserves to make it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Sad Giants.
God, I know so many small artists from all around everywhere. It's tough because there's a certain line that I don't know where to draw because there's bands that I really enjoy, like a band in Minneapolis called Tightwire, one of the guys in that band used to be in a different band and now he's in this one, and now they're making it a little better. They're on tour with like the Bomb Pops and Teenage Bottle Rocket right now, so they've kind of like made it, but they're not big. Bands like that, Keep Flying from New Jersey, those guys are super cool. As far as local to Reno... Yeah. Sad Giants. I pick me because everyone else is
so good.
Actually no. There's other bands around Reno that are super great. Pink Awful is super good. I really enjoy Pink Awful. Skew Ring is another one that I really enjoy. Beer Can and
I don't know anything local, and it makes me really sad.
It's tough. I know there's way more, but you know, just follow my other things, and I'll talk more about
really
local
wants
stuff.
Us to know about the Johnny Cash movie. I love Walk the Line.
I love Walk the Line. It was amazing.
Joaquin Phoenix did a great job.
I also really loved Reese Witherspoon's adaptation of June Carter in that because June Carter is nothing like the way she played her, but it worked for the way the movie was. I thought Walk the Line was super good.
I really like it. It's one of those movies that I wish was on HBO, but it's not. That fucking one with Gwyneth Paltrow is. Yeah. What is your opinion about chicken? You've asked me this like 4 times.
I own chickens.
I don't like chicken. I don't like meat.
Favorite Pop-Tart?
Meat grosses me out. It just is what it is.
Brown sugar and...
What?
Yeah, I like that one.
No, I like the ice cream sundae one.
Ooh, fuck, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's the only one I like. And I don't eat the outside. I obviously only eat the middle, so I heat it up in the toaster, and then I take the crust off, because fuck the rest of the Pop-Tart. Who's eating the fucking crust? Psychopaths eat the crust. Like, why the fuck would you eat the crust?
I eat the crust first.
No, it's the punishment.
As the punishment, and then I only have the inside, and sometimes I'll slide the layers apart.
Okay.
And I'll eat it like in filling part on my tongue first.
Okay.
Too much information, I know.
Strawberry Pop-Tarts are whack.
Brown sugar has to be warm for me. I don't usually eat... if I'm eating Pop-Tarts, I'm eating them because it's a necessity, so they're cold. If I'm making a choice, the brown sugar one has to be warm.
I don't buy Pop-Tarts.
Me neither.
I tried to buy them at one point. My kids don't fucking go for
I just
them.
eat other people's Pop-Tarts. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever purchased Pop-Tarts like in my life.
No, my parents used to buy boxes of fucking Pop-Tarts. Okay.
Worst movie ever. I don't know.
Worst movie ever?
Oh boy. That's tough. I love a lot of bad movies.
Yeah. I can't think of a movie that I hate. I know we talked about this once, and now I can't think.
Duplicity.
Really?
It was bad. I walked out of the movie theater. It's just not a good movie.
I can't even. I don't watch enough shit. It would have to be something old. What was one of those?
You can do it.
It's going to be an Adam
Come on.
Sandler movie.
Oh, okay. The one where he played his own sister.
Jack and Jill.
That was bad.
That's the worst movie of all time. I love Adam Sandler. Like everything basically that he does, except Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill can go to hell.
The Old Grudge or Serenity?
I haven't seen Serenity.
Wait, are we talking about the horror film Grudge, but the old one, and then the Firefly movie adaptation Serenity compared to each other? If so, that's the weirdest comparison. I've also seen both and I choose Serenity.
I love Spanglish.
Spanglish
is such a
dope.
good movie.
We actually talked about Spanglish on the podcast that didn't come out. We talked for like 10 minutes about Adam Sandler.
We talked for 10 minutes about Spanglish and fucking Adam Sandler. Spanglish is a very underrated movie.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good. What is on my bucket list?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't...
You don't have a solid bucket list?
No.
I guess you didn't even write your will yet,
didn't
so it's
even
hard
write
to have
my
a bucket
will,
list.
yeah.
You don't even have any dying plans?
No.
Honestly, what's tough is I keep completing the things on my bucket list, and then I have to move the goalpost further.
I want to meet Jenna Marbles. Can that be on my bucket list?
Yeah, Jenna Marbles, make it happen.
Like, I really want to meet Jenna Marbles. People have been telling me I'm like her for the last 13 years of my life, and I would just like to do something with her.
Well, put it out there in the world. Positive
just put
energy.
it out there.
Guys, harass Jenna Marbles on social media.
Tell Jenna Marbles that I want to do something with her. Can we start?
Most inappropriate movie your parents let you watch as a kid. Who Framed Roger Rabbit's up there.
Really?
Yeah.
My parents didn't censor anything.
They didn't censor anything. Yeah, like I grew up watching
South Park when I was like
MTV
6.
stuff too.
Like I
yeah,
started at 6.
South Park, Celebrity Deathmatch,
yeah,
Beavis and Butthead,
all of that
all
shit.
those things.
King of the Hill, like literally everything.
And I guess like growing up, some of my favorite movies, Death to Smoochie. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Edward Norton plays like a child's TV star. Robin Williams is in it. Terribly offensive to young people, but like rated R for sure. But also great movie. I love that. I also shouldn't have watched Hedwig and the Angry Inch at the age I did. But if you guys watch that movie, you'll know why. I watched it when I was like 11 or 12 years old. Was not ready for it.
You weren't allowed to watch Problem Child? Oh, my parents didn't care about any of that. We were watching Chucky all the time. That was Kai's favorite movie. My little brother was watching Chucky when he was like 4 or 5, and it was one of his favorite movies.
I like that. First movie date, I went to the Hannah Montana movie.
Did you? I went to Where the Wild Things Are.
Hell yeah.
With Jared Mattson.
Man. It was either that or Monsters vs. Aliens. That really terrible, like not Pixar, DreamWorks.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
It was one of those two.
Yeah, my kids like that movie and I hate it. It's
Marvel
really
or DC.
bad.
If we're going movies, Marvel. If we're going actual superheroes, DC.
Ah, fuck. I don't know. Iron Man is Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Marvel.
Iron Man's dope. The breakup. Great way to set the stage for a relationship is watching The Breakup. Oh boy.
One thing in your past that you would change.
Not lifting with my legs. Yeah, herniating that disc.
There is anything.
I
really wouldn't be here if I didn't like change my if I did my shit differently.
I only have two things. I wish I would have lifted with my legs, and I wish every time that I had sat down and said I'm going to start learning piano, I would have stuck with it.
Yeah.
Because it's been 10 years and I still am the same skill level at piano.
That's like when you were going to teach me to play guitar 10 years ago, and we did those Skype lessons a couple times, and then I quit.
That'll happen.
I wish I still could do that.
Centipede wasn't bad, I get it. Solid first date test.
Human Centipede was a good movie.
Wasn't bad.
I know that everyone's like, that's an awful movie, but like, I don't hate that movie.
1,000 years or 100,000 years? Fuck. I'd rather kill myself, just in general.
Yeah.
I don't even want to live the full time that I have now. One thing I hate about TikTok, the censorship.
TikTok is a fickle bitch, and now I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna wake up at 7 in the morning with my account banned again.
What's Star Kid Productions? Guys, tell us what these things are. I don't know.
I don't know what that is, man. I'm too old for that one. I need more wine.
That's true. Actually, we're about wrapped up on this podcast, and we can shut the podcast off. We can just go straight to questions. So, guys, thanks for tuning in to the audio form of the podcast. This has been the Petri Dish. Subscribe for episodes every Tuesday, and just keep an eye out for whatever we're doing. Thanks for being on, Lauren, and thanks for letting me use all your followers for content.
I'm sure they are cool with it.
All right, guys. Bye.